Hello, my fellow reptile enthusiasts. Just wanted to do a quick video review for the Zilla Premium Desert Kit for leopard geckos. It basically is a starter kit that will come with almost everything that you need to set up a nice terrarium enclosure for your leopard gecko. So I bought it online at Petco and was able to pick it up in store. And so let's basically just go over the contents of it here and just kind of give you guys an overview of the product. It ended up costing me around $77, including tax and everything. And that was actually a 20% discount for ordering it online and picking it up in store. But as you can see here, it goes over the contents of this starter kit. And it was a little bit confusing for me because online, the listing for it, it only mentioned the starter kit coming with the tank itself. So it's a 10-gallon glass terrarium. It comes with, it mentions clips for the screen cover. The screen comes off, it's separate. And then 2 dome lights and the terrarium liner and the little humidity and temperature gauge. And the 2 light bulbs as well. It comes with mini halogen day white bulb and a mini halogen night red bulb. Both of those are 25 watts. So they won't put out just a whole ton of heat, but just enough to warm your enclosure. It's only a 10-gallon, so you don't need a whole ton of heat. But that's all that the listing on Petco on their website had mentioned. As you can see in the picture here, of course, it doesn't come with the gecko or this little log thing or the little plants in the back. It does, however, come with this water dish and this hide, which the listing on Petco did not mention. It did not mention the little tank clips either. So when I purchased this, it was my understanding that it was just going to come with the tank lid, the little carpet liner, the humidity temperature gauge, the 2 dome lights, and the bulbs. But I actually, you actually do get a little water dish and a hide as well, although just a bit of a warning, it does say on here contents may not be as pictured. So who knows? I can't guarantee that you will for sure get these things because apparently the company itself cannot guarantee that you will indeed get these things. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but either way, in my case, everything you see here did come with the starter kit. And so let's just show you guys what it all looks like. So as you can see, here's the tank itself. Nothing fancy, just a basic 10-gallon terrarium. But I feel like it's very well suited towards housing leopard geckos. I mean, it's fairly good quality. I mean, you're not going to be, as blown away by this as, like an Enclosure or anything like that. But it is a very nice, just basic tank for the price of it. I've already put up the humidity gauge. You can see in there, top of that there is the humidity level, and then the smaller gauge is for the temperature. For leopard geckos, you're going to want 40 to 60% humidity and a temperature of around 80 degrees. So as of right now, the temperature, just the room temperature, would be plenty suitable to housing leopard gecko. And of course, it comes with pre-cut carpet liner. I mean, this is just a basic reptile carpet. Nothing fancy with that. It's cut pretty well to go ahead and just throw it right in there. And as for the gauge itself, the humidity temperature gauge, you can stick that up on there. It comes with 2 double-sided sticky pads that you can use, or it comes with these small suction cups as well. Personally, I feel like these things never really stick very well long term, so I went with the sticky pads that were included. Of course, you can do whatever you want, but it comes with 2 of these dome lights as well, these light and heat halogen mini domes. And I'll just take one of these out here and get a look at it. So it's pretty simple, cheap little dome light. Just on-off switch. It's not marked, but there you go. And this plugs into the wall. Nothing complicated there. And of course it comes with 2 of them, so you'll have one for each bulb. You have your daylight bulb. It's just white colored bulb that you can use for heating the warm side of the tank. And it goes over a little guide of how you want to set it up and a distance from the center of the bulb and all that there. Just some useful information for you. And then it comes with the nighttime bulb as well. And of course that will glow red and kind of give a nice nighttime atmosphere. For me personally, I've kept leopard geckos for a long time. I don't currently have any. I have a couple that are on the way. But I've had leopard geckos for a long time throughout the years. And in my personal experience, they are nocturnal animals, and they do not need a heat source above their tank. That's something that has been proven that they do not have to have. You're certainly welcome to do that. For me personally, something that is not included in this starter kit that I feel is an absolute essential thing to have is a heating pad. And so I went and purchased from Petco just a 10-gallon heating pad that you can stick under the tank. And I've already applied it, so I can't show you guys what it looks like, but it's just basic Exoterra brand. And you just stick it under the tank on whatever side you want the warm side of your tank to be. Ideally, it would be good to put your temperature gauge on the side of your heating pad so you can monitor what the warm side of your tank is like. Some people choose to have a temperature gauge on both the warm side and the cool side. That's always a good idea. With geckos, it's not as big of a deal, but if you're going to keep a ball python or anything like that, it would be good to monitor both sides. But just make sure that you're monitoring your temperature on your warm side to make sure that it's staying where it needs to be for the health of your geckos. We've got the tank clips as well that came with just 2 clips, one for each side, and they'll just clip right onto the lid. And then there's also the water bowl, water dish, just plastic. Nothing amazing here, but it does the job. And then there's this hide as well. This is a durable den, small size. So it's got two openings there, and so your leopard gecko, it may eventually outgrow this. You may want to try to upgrade at some point, but if not, that would be okay. So let's kind of just set up the tank, and so you guys can kind of see the finished product. All right, so there we go. That's gonna be basically what you have to start out with. And of course we have our daylight basking light on right there. I will mention as well that each of these dome lights comes with a little bracket thing that can be used to just hold it in place and to just make sure it doesn't go anywhere. I'm not going to go through the process of setting up because, as I mentioned, I'm not actually going to be using these dome lights. I feel that under the tank heat for your geckos is much more important as it aids with their digestion. They'll be able to go in their hide, and after you fed them, and then they can use that warmth on their bellies to be able to properly digest their food. As long as you're maintaining the proper temperature within their tank, which you can obviously check with their temperature gauge, there really should be no need for over the tank heating. Of course, you can do whatever you want. If you buy the starter kit, you're already going to have a daylight bulb, and of course it comes with the nighttime bulb as well. Let's switch this off so you can get a better idea of what it looks like. So that's going to be your red bulb. Kind of adds a nice atmospheric touch for night, and still allows them to have some additional heat in there. So that's basically going to be it. Is this a true leopard gecko starter kit? I would say yes, definitely for the most part. As someone who's kept leopard geckos and knows quite a bit about them, this is essentially everything you will need. The only thing that it did not come with that I mentioned was a heating pad. And I feel like that is an essential. I would definitely recommend that if you're going to get this starter kit, go ahead and pick up a heating pad as well. You can, I mean, if you're going to go get this at Petco, they're going to have heating pads as well. You can spend about $20 and get a 10-gallon tank heating pad. And your geckos will definitely appreciate that. So please do that, and it will help them in their digestion a lot better than if it was just heat from on top of the tank. I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to caring for my reptiles. I like them to have the best. So a starter kit like this, where it's just kind of all thrown in for a cheap price, is not what I would typically go for. But wanting to save a little bit of money, I definitely am glad that I invested in this. I have 2 leopard geckos that are actually on the way from Backwater Reptiles. I ordered them online, and they are a company based out of Florida, and they will be shipping me 2 baby hatchlings. They're both max xenomorphs, so I'm very excited about that. I was able to get 1 male and 1 female, and I plan to eventually breed them when they get to breeding age, which typically takes about a year. So we'll be able to update you on that when they come in. But as of right now, their enclosure is here and ready to go. I can go through next just a few things that I purchased. As I mentioned, I like to kind of have a little bit higher quality stuff, and like the hide and the water bowl. For one thing, I didn't know I was going to have a hide and a water bowl when I ordered this, so I had already purchased them. I actually had a couple hides that were lying around from the last time I had leopard geckos. But I can actually go through and show you what my enclosure for them will actually look like. And just a note with the tank clips as well. They can be a little complicated to figure out if you don't know what you're doing. So they just adhere to the, I mean, you could do the front and the back of the tank as well, but they clip onto the side here. This little edge will go up in under here, and then the other edge will adhere to just this little lip on the tank. So basically, you just want to make sure that it's tightly fastened on both lips of the tank, so it won't really, you got to put a lot of force on that to get it to come up. All right, so this is my leopard gecko enclosure as of right now. As you can see, I've got a couple hides in there, one for the warm side, one for the cool side. Not at all necessary, but you know, like I said, I had both of those lying around the house from when I previously kept geckos. So, I mean, why not go ahead and put them to use? I liked that water dish there better. It was only a few dollars. So, I mean, it's actual kind of a stone material, so a little more durable. And it just looks nicer. And then that's just a basic plastic mealworm dish. In fact, that's literally what it's called, mealworm dish. Lee's Aquarium and Pet Products. It was only a few dollars for that as well. I plan on feeding my geckos solely on mealworms at first. I know some people prefer to feed a variety and so on and so forth, and I may adapt as I go on, but I plan on breeding my geckos when they get old enough. So I want to make sure that you know, they're getting a food that, you know, can be fairly nutritious for them. And I of course picked up Repashy Superfoods brand of Calcium Plus, and it comes with a vitamin and calcium supplement. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If you're going to be feeding your geckos mealworms, it's definitely good to pick up this supplement, and this brand in particular as well, because not only does it have calcium, but it also has that vitamin that they need as well, and that will help them to, you know, be able to grow and to stay healthy, and, you know, make sure that they have what they need to be able to become big healthy grown-ups. But that's basically my enclosure as of right now. I plan on getting a couple more just decorative plants to throw in there, just to make it look a little nicer. I'd like to get one for each corner there that's empty, just to put a little bit more in there for them to climb around on, and just to, you know, add to the appearance of it. I'm very much so into the looks of my enclosures when it comes to my reptiles. A lot of people, they just do a tub system or something like that, and not that there's anything wrong with that whatsoever. In fact, in terms of the security of the animal, they might prefer that. But for me, I mean, it's a pet, and it's all about the appearance in the enclosure, and just really being able to show them off to people. And I think there's no better way to do that than to have a terrarium enclosure where you can kind of deck it out with all kinds of cool stuff for people to look at. So that's basically it for this video. I hope that I was able to help you guys on basically a review of this product. It is something I would recommend. If I were to score it, I mean, I guess I'd probably give it a 8 out of 10. Like I said, it doesn't come with the heating pad, which I feel is essential. And I mean, just the overall quality is good. And it's definitely good quality for the amount of money that you're putting out. But I mean, it's not top of the line by any means. But it is definitely a good starter kit. And if you were to say to yourself, well, I want to go out and I want to buy a leopard gecko, maybe you go into Petco and you think, okay, I want to pick up this leopard gecko. Well, if you got this starter kit, you'd be good to go. You would pretty much have everything that you needed to take it home right then and there and set him or her up in a nice terrarium enclosure. So I would definitely recommend it. I look forward to seeing how it works out, and hopefully everything holds up as time goes on. But I apologize for my poor videography skills. I'm pretty new to this. I hope to be able to continue to update you guys with new videos on my reptiles as I continue to get new ones, and just kind of, you know, go through the breeding process as well, and just kind of help you guys figure out what it takes to be a reptile keeper. So I'm by no means an expert by any means, but let's go on this journey together and we'll see what happens. But anyway, as I mentioned, my 2 Max Snow hatchlings should be on their way today, and they should be arriving tomorrow through the mail. So hopefully they get here safely. I look forward to being able to update you guys with a video when they arrive.